President for life, Colonel Gregory Usher, has allowed the opposition leader Elias to return from exile in response to pressure the United States has been applying. Pressure which culminated yesterday with the indictment of Colonel Usher by a U.S. federal court on charges of illegal drug trafficking. The door is open. It's just a matter of time now before Joseph Elias emerges.
It is a real pleasure to be back home again. Well, I don't think it would be appropriate for me to comment at this time.
What's happening? The soldiers are firing in the air. People are diving. Oh, my God! He's been shot. Joseph Elias has been shot. They've killed him. He's just got off the plane, and Joseph Elias has been assassinated. People are on the ground everywhere, and the soldiers are stopping. Oh, no, they're driving away. The people who shot Elias are driving away.
Not exactly Carnegie Hall.
Well, we can't all be Paganini.
You can't all play the Stradivarius.
It says best violins were made out of cherry wood.
Good morning, Jim. 3 years ago, Colonel Gregory Usher declared himself president for life. Since then, his country has been one of the world's leading producers of processed cocaine. Usher is under indictment in the U.S. for his drug trafficking, but has been impossible to extradite from his heavily armed compound outside the country's capital. And all attempts for a democratic overthrow of the government have failed, as Usher maintains a firm grasp on power with the help of his chief of secret police, Major Duval, who several days ago organized the murder of Usher's only political opponent. Your mission, Jim, if you choose to accept it, is to neutralize Major Duval and to lure Colonel Usher out of his compound and onto U.S.-controlled soil where he may be arrested. As always, should you or any of your I.M. force be caught or killed, the Secretary will disavow any knowledge of your actions. This disc will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Jim.
Miles Taggart was arrested yesterday by the Drug Enforcement Agency. In the process, they confiscated 2,055 gallon drums of ethyl ether
The Taggart was about to deal to Colonel Usher.
For processing of cocaine.
That's right. Now, the news of Taggart's arrest has been kept from the press.
How long can they hold him?
Long enough for you to pose as Taggart. The Colonel expects you tomorrow. The island of St. Luke. A small atoll 50 miles off the coast of Colonel Gregory Usher's country. The man who owns it has agreed to loan it to us for the next few days.
Is it part of Usher's territory?
No. This island enjoys status as an American protectorate, which means that U.S. law applies. If everything goes properly, this is where Usher will be arrested.
But he'd be crazy to go to a U.S. island.
Well, he would if he knew where he was. But there are dozens of islands similar to this one in international waters. Take a good look at the house and the beach and the boats. We're going to duplicate those on an island not under U.S. jurisdiction and where Usher will feel it's safe to go.
Father? Father, help me.
It's really coming along. Switching to the new lenses and the argon laser, it's really helped the definition.
Who was that?
That was a hologram of the latest member of our team. Kieran Taylor. He's only 15 years old, but his father has been with us for a number of years. He has an excellent academic record. He's an all-around natural athlete.
But he's just a kid.
Exactly. 15 years ago, Colonel Usher's wife ran away from him. He claims she's the only woman he ever loved, but the fact is that he beat her, abused her. After her disappearance, there was a rumor that she had been pregnant. So ever since then, the Colonel has spent a fortune trying to locate her and the child he's never known. So Kieran is our key. He is what it'll take to get the Colonel out of his compound and onto that island.
Colonel, sir, I need more time to check out this American Taggart.
Time is money, Duval.
Colonel Usher, how the hell are you?
Mr. Taggart, I presume. This is Major Duval, head of my security.
My associate, Mr. Jones, is my head of security.
Do you think you need a bodyguard here, Mr. Taggart?
Well, I watch the evening news, and things like assassinations at airports make me kind of nervous.
And that was politics, Mr. Taggart. This is business. We'll keep your associates gone during your visit.
Mr. Taggart, I watched the news, too. You're a brave man to still be in the drug business after that car bombing incident last year. I hear it did substantial damage to your right arm.
It was the left arm, Major.
So I sell drugs. Americans buy drugs. But I'm the monster. I'm the one they indict. Well, they can indict me all they want. They'll never lay a hand on Colonel Usher. You can't touch me here.
I've arranged a viewing of our operation, Mr. Taggart, for tomorrow morning.
Fine. I think you'll be impressed. With your ether, we can increase our productivity by 2 tons a week.
Well, then let's hope we can come to some sort of agreement. What's going on?
Everything is under control. The Colonel occasionally suffers from severe headaches.
Maybe he should go to the hospital.
No!
If necessary, the hospital will come to Colonel Usher. A word of advice, Mr. Taggart. Don't interpret what you see here as a sign of weakness. Last man to do that wound up face down on an airport runway.
She may look like a turkey, but she flies like an eagle.
As long as it'll do the job.
Oh, she'll do the job. Look, I just made a run over the U.S. island. When the roof's on this house, you won't be able to tell them apart.
Let's hope Colonel Usher feels the same.
How's our newest team member doing?
Karen, oh, he's fine. He's out there with Casey right now.
Karen, keep calm. I just want you to breathe through your regulator just like you breathe normally on land. And relax.
I'll get the hang of it.
Maybe we should call it a day, huh?
No. Let's go again.
Sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Taggart, it's been a long day.
Oh, but it's early, Colonel. May I remind you what the Emperor Napoleon said about sleeping hours?
I'm sure it will be fascinating.
He said 6 hours for the man, 7 for the woman, and 8 for the fool.
Are you suggesting I might be a fool, Mr. Taggart?
Oh, perish the thought, Colonel. But it's kind of early, and we have a lot of business to do.
Just a few more minutes, and we can finish all our business, Colonel.
American double eagle $20 gold coins. Each one was over $40,000.
Why do I get the feeling I'm supposed to be learning a lesson here?
It took over 100 years for these coins to reach that value. I don't see why you can't wait a few hours before we do business. Now I'm tired. Good night.
Good night.
is that? Who's there?
Introduced Colonel Usher to his son.
Father? Father? Father, we need you.
In these sheds, we have storage for cocaine. We used to grow marijuana here. 1,400 pounds of it would bring in 300,000 American dollars. The same weight in cocaine is worth $26 million.
And now your production is cut in half. Now, that's a big loss, Colonel.
Yeah, big loss. Bad enough when the Americans indicted me. Me, leader of a sovereign country. But that wasn't enough for them. They banned the export of ethyl ether to stop my production.
No ethyl ether, no solvent for your cocaine kitchen.
Correct.
I can provide you with the ether. It's going to cost you, but I can guarantee you 100 barrels a month. Another headache?
I'll be all right in a minute.
These headaches, is that why the American doctor is here?
What doctor?
Quinn, some famous neurologist. Was in your newspaper here.
I didn't send for him. Never heard of him. Oh. The newspapers say where this doctor of yours is staying.
Trent? Are you sure you can handle this?
Yeah, I can handle it. I'll get the door.
Yes, thank you very much.
I hate these affairs.
The anniversary of your 3rd year in power. You couldn't disappoint your people.
Colonel, congratulations on your anniversary, sir.
You're an American.
Yes.
This is Major Duval.
Major, I'm Dr. Quinn, Dr. Frederick Quinn.
The neurologist that Mr. Taggart was telling me about.
Yes, Mr. Taggart contacted me. He said I might be of service to you.
He told you of my headaches?
Yes.
But he didn't tell you about my dreams of a boy who beckons me and calls me father.
No.
It's very ironic, Dr. Quinn. I can buy and sell everybody in this party. I can have any one of them imprisoned or executed with a knot of my head. But for all my power and all my money, I can't get rid of this pain.
Father?
Who are you? Don't go.
Father.
No! Please, stay!
Roberto! David!
There's a boy out there. Find him. Bring him back. Did you find the boy?
No, Colonel. Please try to calm yourself, Colonel. You've had a pretty bad turn.
No, I've had worse, Doctor. Why don't you stop patronizing me and tell me what's wrong with my body?
Well, according to what Major Duval has told me about your medical history, you suffer from an arteriovenous malfunction. Now, that's a...
Congenital defect. Too many blood vessels around the surface of my brain. I've heard it all before.
But it does explain your headaches.
Does it explain the boy, Dr. Quinn?
Well, if the defect is in a specific area of the brain, it could cause hallucinations.
People I sell drugs to have hallucinations. I don't. Why is it I get the impression you're holding something back from us, Doctor?
I don't know what you mean.
You told me you were here to lecture at the university. The problem is you haven't been invited to speak. I've checked.
I am here to treat a patient.
It's about the boy, isn't it? The boy in my dreams.
I have been treating a boy. He has the same symptoms. He and his mother move around a great deal. London, New York, the south of France.
Now here, the boys in this country?
Well, not quite. His mother guards their privacy with some extreme measures. This time I was taken in secret to an island not far off your coast to treat the boy.
Taken by whom?
Well, a man named Kilpatrick. He flew me there in a seaplane.
Tell me, Doctor, what is wrong with the boy?
He's suffering from arteriovenous malfunction, same as you do.
Mr. Kilpatrick.
Yeah, who wants to know?
Major Duval, head of security forces. I'm sure you will accept Colonel Usher's invitation to visit us.
How can I refuse?
Who are you?
Father?
Why do you call me that?
We need you. Mother needs you. She's sorry she ran away.
Colonel? Sir, I had the pilot kill Patrick. He's in your office, sir.
Major Duval tells me you haven't been very cooperative.
Well, maybe it's his bedside manner.
See what I have to put up with?
Are we asking so much of you, Mr. Kilpatrick?
Look, I was paid a lot of money to fly the doctor to that island and to keep my mouth shut. So I'm sure as hell not gonna open it without some sort of counter offer.
I'll do right this. You tell us where the island is, and in return, I'll let you live.
It's in international waters. A small atoll in the Weeping Sisters archipelago. 30 miles due south of the main island of St. Clair.
A reasonable man. Have the launch fueled and ready to shove off at dawn.
Sir, I thought you would send someone to the island.
I want to go myself.
But have you forgotten the Americans, the indictment? As head of security, I strongly advise against it.
As head of the country, I strongly advise you to do as I say. I appreciate you coming along, Doctor. This is the island where you attended the boy.
Yes, I remember the house and the boats.
I am told, Doctor, that certain people can communicate telepathically with one another. Is that true?
Well, there have been some studies done, mostly involving twins.
Or fathers and sons?
I didn't say that.
You doctors never say what you really mean. The boy on that island, what's his blood type?
AB negative.
The rarest blood type in the world. My blood type also. Do you believe in dreams, Doctor?
Colonel, I believe in scientifically verifiable facts.
I don't know whether I believe in them either. But I do know I'm connected with the boy on that island. And I am not going to be at peace until I find out what that connection is. Listen.
Who gave you permission to come here?
I was just having a good look around. I'll give you guys a few tips on efficiency. You certainly need them. Don't you know it's dangerous to have drums of ethyl ether lying around in the open?
Your audacity truly amazes me.
I don't have to take abuse from a flunky.
This telegram is from the real Mr. Taggart. The Mr. Taggart who escaped from the United States authorities just this morning.
Who are you? You another doctor?
I'm a friend of Dr. Quinn's. He said it would be all right for me to see you.
Well, here I am.
You're a fine-looking boy. Do you like sports?
Yeah. When I went to regular school, I wanted to try out for all the teams. But I have a condition, so they wouldn't let me.
And you didn't like that?
I didn't like getting teased about it by other kids.
I know. You're searching for, pirate treasure.
I collect coins.
I collect coins, too. What do you like? Bullion, mint sets, commemorative?
Mom doesn't like me talking to strangers.
Don't go, please. Does your father travel with you?
I never knew my father. Mom never talks about him.
Do you wonder what he was like?
Yeah, sometimes. Look, if she catches me talking to you, I'll get in trouble.
Colonel, we just received an emergency call from Major Duval. Your immediate return is requested.
Can I come and see you again?
Maybe.
You must get back, Colonel.
Goodbye.
Colonel Usher will be back shortly. We'll hold off your interrogation till then. He likes to watch.
Well, far be it for me to deny the Colonel his fun.
While we're waiting, I suggest we round up your friend.
Head of security, huh?
Well, it's gonna take the head of security to get us out of this one, pal.
I'll go and get the equipment.
That's good work.
Where'd you put Duval?
Where no one's gonna find him for at least 24 hours.
Next time Usher sees that island, it's got to be completely unrecognizable.
So we have to try to keep him here long enough for our guys to remove all traces of the false house.
If we can't delay him, Duval will.
Well, we'll have the final contour measurements in just a few moments.
When we finish with this, I think we should stay at the site for a while.
Right.
To hell with doctors, Duvall. Let's have a drink. Congratulate me, Duvall. I'm a father, and it's a boy.
I'm happy for you, Colonel.
I should never have left him so suddenly. He'd be confused. What was so damned urgent you had to call me back here?
The man calling himself Taggart was an imposter. I took the liberty and had him shot.
Belated birthday present. Have them fuel the launch.
Launch is going nowhere, sir.
You called me back, Duvall. You should never have called me back.
In the last hour, we have received reports of United States naval vessels patrolling the area.
So fix it, Duvall. Isn't that what you get paid to do?
I can take care of dissidents. I can handle imposters like Taggart. But don't ask me to take on Spruance-class destroyers. We'll lose.
Go away.
Major Duvall asked me to come and see how you were doing.
You and Major Duvall can mind your own business. It's her fault. I gave her everything. I loved her like no other woman. And what does she do in return? She runs off and takes my son with her.
Why don't you let me give you something, Colonel? You need rest.
I'll kill her for doing this to me. A boy needs a father.
If you really believe that boy's your son, why don't you go back and get him?
Why? Because apparently the whole United States Navy is looking for me.
Yes, they're looking for you on the water.
That's where you usually find the Navy.
And why don't you go by air?
Here to make another deal. I think I'll pass. I didn't do so well on the last one.
I said I'd let you live. I didn't say anything about letting you go. Until now.
What do you want?
I want you to fly me to the island where the boy was.
What if I tell you to stuff it?
Then whether I continue to let you live is now up for debate.
Looks like you bought yourself a pilot, Colonel.
Can't you do anything about the noise?
Not unless you want to swim to that island of yours.
There's an island down there. Looks like the one I was on.
There are a lot of islands in this area, Colonel. I know where I'm going.
But it looks like the one I was on.
Is there a house on the island, Colonel? Or any boats?
No.
Well, just relax. Enjoy the ride. Trust me.
traveled under better conditions, Major Duval.
May I?
Never say I don't let you get a bang out of life.
Mr. Kilpatrick. We're right over it.
Sure is.
There's something wrong. Be ready to take off, Mr. Kilpatrick.
Look, Colonel.
I'm on the wrong island. This is United States territory! Kilpatrick!
Colonel Gregory Usher, I have a United States warrant for your arrest. Take him away. You have the right to remain silent. You give up this right.
Nice work, Karen. Your father will be very proud of you. Let's go home.
E esta não foge à regra, que é